everybody. So, Friday night again. Got a nice new, well, I don't know if it's nice to be honest, but I've got a new beer. It's from the Great British Brewing Company, but the guest brewer is Sadler's. And this is Land of Liberty American Style IPA. Land of Liberty. That might not be true this time next year. I'll come on to that in a minute. Let's get the beer open. Only a small bottle. £330ml, 5% by volume. A zesty citrus sweet taste with an aroma to match, with a hint of grapefruit and sweet malts. So let's have a look. Smells very grapefruity. That's delightful. A lot of grapefruit on the nose. A lot of grapefruit and citrus at the beginning of the flavour. Massive hops. Balanced off by quite a strong maltiness. The citrus dies away first, then the hops, leaving you with that nice rich malty finish. Land of Liberty. So, thought that was an appropriate choice, given we've just had the results of the US presidential elections. It's been a bit troubling for me. A few months ago we had the UK referendum on whether or not to stay in the European Union. Now we've just had the presidential elections, and both had a lot in common. They're both decisions that are going to affect the respective countries for years to come, and the fors and againsts are both quite deeply held ideological principles. So it tended to be people would be all for one way or all for another. Not really many undecided, I would have thought. And as it turned out, both results weren't that far off 50-50. But the things that's disappointed me is that the way people have behaved in both countries and on both sides of the winning line. So you've got the people whose side won, whether it's the referendum or the election, gloating and sneering and belittling the losing side. And you've got the losing side calling the winners stupid and ignorant and saying they don't understand what they've done. And it's a bit of a shame really, because something I've learned over the years, and something that's been hammered home by YouTube, being involved in YouTube, watching people's videos, making friends, is that it's perfectly possible to have a respectful friendship with somebody when you don't agree with much of what they say. I'm a lefty pagan, but I've got YouTube friends who are quite conservative compared even to mainstream politics. You've got people who are fundamental supporters of the gun lobby in America, or evangelical Christians. I'm a vegetarian, and a lot of people I would consider friends are into hunting. And yet you find a middle ground. You don't rip each other to pieces and belittle their point of view. If you want to debate, you debate properly. But that's not happened. we've seen in the UK lots of hate crime since the decision. All the xenophobes have come out of the closet and started bashing up anybody who they consider not to be English enough. And in the US, the protesters who are lobbying the Not My President ticket, seems at least one protester has descended into destruction and rioting in the streets. And it doesn't have to be like that. So, here's my request to the world. Can we have some fucking decorum? Now, on to the subject proper for tonight's video. Bloody batteries. Turns out the USB rechargeable 18650s I bought are no bloody use. Or at least they're no bloody use to me. I've not actually been able to tell whether or not they're a good product. I've no reason to believe there's anything wrong with them. But if you join me at the desktop, and I'll show you what the problem is. Okay, so these are the two torches that I wanted to use the batteries with. I only showed this one last time, but I've also got this JetBeam Cycler ST Pro. There's one of the batteries. You can see the green light showing it is fully charged. Now, before I bought them, I did do a bit of research, and the JetBeam, the manufacturer's little manual that came with it, said that it does work with rechargeable 18650s. So I thought that's fine. And put it in. Oh. Throw part of it on the floor. Now, the thing with the ST Cycler is it's got two groups of functions. With the head loosened, you've got one set of functions aimed at cyclists. You can see you've got a little flashing beacon there. And then with the head tightened up, you get a second set, which includes the strobe. But it's permanently on. So it will emit light, but it doesn't work as designed. So that's a bit of a pain. I thought this one was going to be straightforward. The Phoenix, though, I didn't think was going to be clear cut. If you have a look at the manual, where it said rechargeable 18650s, it said cautious, suggesting to me that it might work, but you would need to or rather it might work, but they won't guarantee it. So I did some internet research, and there was one geeky review site said it would work, another geeky review site said it would work but not properly. There was a bunch of Amazon.com reviews that all said it works with rechargeable 18650s, but it doesn't. Nothing. So, for all I undertook the research that I thought would be needed and was fairly sure that these particular batteries would do what I needed them to do. Clearly they don't. So whatever it is in the circuitry in the battery doesn't talk to the circuitry in that phone at all, and talks to the circuitry in that phone torch, but they don't really understand each other. So why have I told you all that about my batteries? Two reasons. First of all, I think it's a salutary lesson in researching your purchases. I thought I'd done enough research to be confident that I was buying the right product. A suitable battery to go with those two torches. And it turns out I wasn't. So, I pissed on 40 quid there. The other reason I'd say what the problem is just to ask if there's anybody out there who uses a Phoenix TK21 and or a JetBeam Cycler, ST Cycler Pro. If you use those with rechargeable 18650s, what cells do you use? Because I don't want to chance buying any more and have the same problem. So if anybody can help me and answer that question, I'd be very grateful. And that winds up the video for this week. I've not had time to put a blade review together, so I do apologise, but hopefully normal service will be resumed soon. So I'm going to finish my Land of Liberty IPA. Wish you all a good weekend.